Hello everyone. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss the Mountainpass Performance Coilover in a little bit more detail. As you may or may not know, we highly covet this product. It is what we run on a lot of our cars here and a lot of our clients' vehicles. What I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to detail some of the key features of this product and how it differs from an off-the-shelf KW coilover. For those of you who do not know, KW does manufacture this coilover for Mountainpass Performance, but to their specifications. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with kind of what comes in the original box and what you can actually upgrade to, and how these things are forward compatible with upgrades that you will not be able to get out of the KW product right out of the box without spending a lot of money. In fact, more than likely you'll have to buy some of these components from us that are Mountainpass Performance Design products so that you can partake in some of these upgrades. So one of the things that really makes the Mountainpass Performance product different is that they have a couple of different ride options, let's call it. So they have comfort specs, and then they have the sport spec. And then they also have the super sport spring upgrade. So we're going to start off with the comfort and the sport setup, which is essentially what I have right here on this side of the table. So one of the things you'll notice is in the rear, you've got two different diameters. You've got a larger diameter in the bottom, which sits into the factory lower spring arm, which is seen here with this spring, and then a smaller one up on top, which fits in with this adapter. So you've got this adapter here, and then you've got this piece here. Okay, so this is the Mountainpass setup. Most other companies will actually use a spring that has a similar diameter on the bottom and the top. And I'll tell you a little bit later why that makes things difficult if you want to change out your spring rates. Another thing to note is that Mountainpass does make a different upper threaded spring perch for the Model Y. So they make their coilovers vehicle specific. They do not commonize these pieces here. And you'll see, look, this is the factory spring. So you can see how the diameters on the top and the bottom are very similar. Let me figure out which one's the top and which one's the bottom. I believe this is the top. You know, they're both a little bit bigger than this, but aftermarket coilovers, other brands will have a larger spring adapters, thread to spring perch adapter here to fit inside a larger spring. So I wanted to show you that. Now, in the front, you've got this setup here. Now, one of the nice things about the Mountainpass coilover, it's essentially like a KW V3, which means it's double adjustable. So it adjusts low speed, compression, and rebound. So you got your compression adjustment here at the bottom, and you got your rebound adjustment up here on the top. They will give you a tool that you can put into here with an Allen, and then you can adjust the rebound on the top side. One of the things you'll notice is that these springs are linear. Okay? The KW product is a progressive spring. That's very common with KW stuff, is they'll use progressive springs in the front and the rear. Mountainpass makes a linear spring, and that is something that we really, really like. So for us, it greatly improves the steering feel and the turn-in. It makes things a lot more predictable. One of the things that you're going to appreciate is by going to linear spring, they've basically given us adapters here. So these adapters, because it's a straight spring, you can actually swap these springs out very easily. The KW coilover actually starts out small on the bottom and it tapers up on top. So Mountainpass did update this design, so you no longer have this Delrin adapter on top. So in the event that you do want to upgrade, we will provide you with this Delrin adapter so you can run a 70mm ID spring. Now moving on to the rear upgrade. So if you guys do decide to track your vehicles and you need to go to a higher spring rate, Mountainpass does produce the Super Sport springs. That is what Steven runs. That's what a lot of our more seasoned clients run when they're racing. They get to a certain level where they just need to run higher spring rates, stickier tires, more aggressive brake pads, and so on. The spring rates that they provide do pair very well with the existing damping on the Sport coilover kit from Mountainpass. So what they're going to do is, in order to run these springs, you actually have to buy this billet spring arm. They're not very expensive. I think they're around $600 US. So this billet spring arm basically changes the diameter on the bottom of the spring that you need. So now you can take a straight spring like this and put it in here. And then you can take this. This is where the magic happens. So Mountainpass designed this so that you can actually do that. And if you want to change these spring rates out, you can very easily. You can just buy a straight spring. You can buy it from us, Mountainpass. You can buy it from Swift Springs. I mean, there's a slew of companies out there that make a 70mm ID spring that will be compatible with this setup. Same thing goes for the front. So in the front, they also have a 70mm ID adapter here. It's the same one that is here. And that makes this threaded perch on the bottom a 70mm ID, so that you can run a 70mm spring, ID spring in the front as well. So those are some of the key features about the Mountainpass coilover that we like about it, because it is forward compatible. You don't have to go through and buy a ton of parts. So if you have a KW product and for your Tesla, Model 3 specifically, and you want to change the spring rates or you want to move to the Mountainpass setup, there are some things you're going to need to buy. For one, you need to buy this Delrin adapter on the top. You're going to need to buy this collar for the bottom. So that'll adapt the front spring to a 70. In the rear, you have two options. So if you want to continue using the factory rear spring arm, then you can just buy the Mountainpass rear spring and this threaded spring perch adapter, along with this 60 to 70mm adapter. So that'll complete the rear. If you want to go to this design of a spring, you can buy the lower spring arm and these two pieces. This actually will come with this piece if you were to buy it from us. And there you go. Now you have linear springs. You want to go track your car, you want to change spring rates. If you have an off-the-shelf KW product, you can do this. I recommend that you just buy the Mountainpass stuff right off the bat, right out of the gate, and not have to worry about it, and everything's forward compatible. So there you go. So in summary, in conclusion, the difference is the way they design the rear spring, okay, to utilize their threaded spring perch adapter for height adjustment. It is forward compatible in case you want to go to a straight 70mm ID spring. All you need to do is buy this billet spring arm. You can move this over. Now you can swap springs very easily, different spring rates and experiment. The other difference is in the front, they allow you to run a 70mm ID spring just like this. And again, all linear springs, linear rate springs with Mountainpass. KW does use progressive springs. If you guys are interested in any of these products, check out the description below. We'll leave links to all of these products. We will also share with you guys some of the stuff that we've done on our cars. I mean, you guys have seen Steven racing. We've got other little clips and videos of us installing Mountainpass performance coilovers on other vehicles. They've got comfort specs, they've got sport specs, they've got super sport spring options for the sport dampers. It's pretty amazing. It's very forward compatible. It's very versatile. It's incredibly comfortable for how fast these things can be at the track. I will have to really emphasize that the spring rates that we run with the super sport setup, even that Steven runs, are very comfortable considering the times he pulls at the track. The other guys that are running times like that are running much higher spring rates, and so that just goes to show how well the Mountainpass guys have set up the valving curves for these dampers. Again, guys, we really appreciate your support. If you guys don't mind, please like, subscribe, share. Check out our Patreon account. It's patreon.com/ZevCentric. It's $5 a month. It's a very inexpensive membership. We'd appreciate you guys supporting us. And again, check out the description below where we'll leave links to all these products, and we'll see you on the next one.